Alfy Amplified.
Hi, hello, and vanakkam, and welcome to Alfy Amplified. The topic for today's discussion is sex a sin? Before we go into it, I would like to ask some questions as usual. Is sex a sinful act? If God created sex just for procreation, why did He add pleasure to it? If every sexual act produces a baby, is the world big enough to hold them? Why Bible says, "My mother conceived me in sin"? Let us dig a bit. The definition of sin is an act that goes against divine laws, moral principles, or the will of God. Also, we need to understand that sin is different from crime. Let us see what the world religions say about sin. Let's take into top sins in Hinduism. Number 1, violence. 2, lying. 3, stealing. 4, sexual misconduct. 5, intoxication. 6, greed. 7, disrespect to parents, teachers, or gurus. Dishonoring God and scriptures. The 9th one is breaking promises and betraying trust. The 10th and the last one is supporting sinful acts. With regards to sexual misconduct, it includes sexual abuse and a lack of self-control in desires. But out of the above, there are 5 grave sins in Hinduism, which is murder, lying, stealing, intoxication, and abusing the gurus or teacher. If you have noticed, there is no sex in these 5 sins. In Judaism, sins are divided into 2 major categories. Number 1, sin against God. Number 2, sin against people. But there are 3 cardinal sins which are worst sins, and they are idolatry, murder, and sexual immorality. In Christianity, the 7 deadly sins are pride, greed, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, and sloth. With regards to Buddhism, there are 5 precepts of sins: killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and intoxication. In Muslim religion, the concept of sin, in Arabic word it's called damb, D-H-A-M-B, is defined as any action that goes against the teachings of Allah. Major sins in Islam are, as mentioned in the hadith, are shirk, associating partners with Allah, witchcraft, engaging in sorcery or magic, killing, taking a life that Allah has forbidden, consuming orphans' wealth, taking the property of orphans, consuming ribia, which means engaging in ashari or interest, fleeing from the battlefield, which is abandoning Muslims in a just war, slandering chaste women, accusing chaste women of adultery without proof. These are all the sins. As we learned different perspectives of sin in major religions, let's see what the religions say about sex. The concept of sex in Hinduism is a divine force, pleasure and procreation, and sacred union. Kama Sutra is an important book by Vatsayana. It's the ancient book of sex, and in some of the Hindu temples there are depictions of sexual act in sculptures. But there are restrictions of sex in Hinduism: marriage as a prerequisite, avoidance of casual and public sex, controlling desire, and spiritual implications. The concept of sex in Judaism, it's a divine gift. It's holy, a religious duty, mitzvah, companionship and pleasure, not just for procreation. Family purity, which is avoided during menstruation. In Islam, sex is viewed as a natural part of human life, encouraged within the confines of marriage, and considered an act of worship when performed with the right intentions. Let us see now the concept of sex in Christianity. It is a good gift from God, exclusively within marriage, for procreation and for union. We can read in Genesis chapter 1:28 or Genesis 2:24. For intimacy and pleasure, physical, emotional, and spiritual closeness within marriage. Then why does the Bible say, "My mother conceived me in sin"? This verse was gravely misunderstood. This verse is only talking about the original sin committed by Adam and Eve, and as descendants of them, we all carry the same sin in our DNA. This is a Christian belief. But why Catholic priests, Hindu godmen, and Buddhist monks do not marry and follow celibacy? That's another topic for another day. But to conclude our topic, all major religions accept that sex is a gift from God, holy and spiritual, though physical. Sex by itself is not a sin. At the same time, we have to understand that all the religions condemn sexual misconduct and abuse. Thank you for watching. See you in another video. Until then, bye now. Enjoy life and fun.
Thanks for watching Alfy Amplified. Please share, like, and subscribe.